What's going on, Wolfpack Nation? We're back and we're ready. We're ready for football season. And if we're going to do football season and we're going to do a week 0, which is still a stupid number, week 0, they're calling it week 1. We got our man from the ACC Network, Mr. Eric Mac Lain. What is going on, E-Mac?
Brothers, great to see you. Football is here. I would like to say that I had this picture perfect Monday morning the other day where I walked out of my house. There was a crisp fall in the air. But Leighton, just so you know, I live in hell in Columbia, South Carolina, and it's hot and it sucks and, it's terrible here. So there was no fall weather for me, but it felt good that football is here.
Well, I'm down here in Brazil. No, I'm not. I'm at home.
Hey, can we say, first of all, the backdrop just gets better every time I see you. But can we just say, praise the Lord that it's not in Brazil? Are we all ecstatic about that or what?
Ish. I mean, I'm still waiting for my money. They still owe me money. So we'll talk about that later.
I don't know anything about that. That's on you. You guys figure that out.
Oh, man. Hey, let's get into it right away. Lots of changes in this era of NIL and transfer portal. Give me your first thoughts on what NC State did the most to improve their team over the offseason.
It actually has maybe a little bit to do with NIL, but not the portal. It's keeping your boy, keeping CJ home. And I don't think there was ever any there wasn't maybe any doubt, but maybe outside expectation, just, okay, a quarterback's good. He's going to go somewhere bigger, right? That's just what everybody kind of thinks. He's going to go get more money somewhere. And again, not knowing the financial situation at all at NC State, but I love that. I loved what he said. I love how he said it. I love how he got on top of it and just saying, I love this school. I love this city. They believed in me. I believe in them. Let's do something special. And to me, that is it's crazy that that's a weird thing to say, or that's an outlier type thing to say, but I absolutely love it. So I think that by far and away is the biggest thing. And then just looking at some of the key additions, when you look at, Popo coming from Miami, you look at Popo and JoJo coming from Miami there. I mean, both those guys should be, instant impact, big time players. I love what JoJo has done to his body. Obviously, the connection that he's going to have with CJ is going to be bar none.
Yeah. For me, Dave Doeren, year 14. He's built a reputation on consistency, and fans will argue what consistency means. So we won't get into that argument. But what has to be?
Should we argue that? I'm sorry. I'm such a stickler about this. And if y'all are on the other side of the fence, I'm
not.
Sorry.
I don't think so.
We've had double-digit wins once ever. What do we complain? Let's just figure it out. Hopefully you get another one. But to me, some of and I'm glad y'all are, I guess, on my side.
Yeah, we are.
The fans that I have constantly we got to get this guy out of here. Well, for what? He's the best you've ever had. Why are you getting rid of him? So anyway, I'm sorry.
No,
it always gets me when people say something like that.
Look, and I like it because I need a national perspective on this, right? We have our little local yokel perspective, but getting it from a national, it does ring some truth there. But anyway, what has to be quote unquote different, right, for us to be able to contend in the ACC this year and make that trip to Charlotte?
That's a good question. I think from a year ago, obviously defense needs to be better. And I know all the surrounding things, the tragedy and how the heck do you even remotely coach during that? How are people inspired when there's real life situations like that happening? But, getting back to what we expect from an NC State defense, from a Dave Doeren led team defensively, are those guys on the roster? We'll see, bringing in a couple of linebackers, as I already mentioned, but I just think of that span of 6 years, whatever it was, of just monster linebackers, and with having Isaiah on staff, hopefully the guys see it every day, they feel it every day, they want to get back to that. But Peyton and Drake and Isaiah, I mean, it was, and others, it was just monsters, and you had super high expectations from those guys and what they were going to lead to. So I think overall, just the defense, picking it up and being what we expect. But then the biggest stickler for me, and it's such an odd thing when I think of this team, because my perception of NC State when I was in high school, when I was playing against you, and now when I cover you, is that it is a blue collar, tough, physical team. And usually that means you can run the football really well. And that hasn't quite been the case as consistently as you would want. I think there was progress a year ago, and I think certainly we'll see more progress this year with Duke. I mean, he's a freak. It's so fun to watch him now that he's fully the guy for the whole season. And with what CJ Bailey's going to provide, getting bigger, getting stronger, need him to run the football as well. That's the second thing. You talk about championship level football. When it's 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, everyone in the stadium knows we're running the football. You have to be able to do it. Can the Wolfpack take that next step? That's what I can't wait to see. And I think that's going to be relevant in this game on Saturday. Like, Virginia's defense is going to be good. They're going to test you and see if you can run the football. We'll find that out really early.
Yeah. Speaking of, go ahead. If you got something, Nathan, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, so because one of the things which I wanted to ask you, Eric, too, as well, because everybody's obviously talking about CJ Bailey, and the elite potential that he has going into this game. Everybody's talking about Virginia and how they're one of the most senior-led teams in the country.
Man. They're old.
Yeah,
hey, they don't have any NFL guys either. Okay, so I just want to bring that up.
That's that's a bold one there. But
what a weird thing.
Yeah,
but besides those two, which I think are kind of the main headlines, what would you say, Eric, is a headline in your opinion about this game that nobody's really talking about?
I mean, I think this is dark horse like conference championship participant. I mean, I think
that was one
whoever loses this game, like you're behind. You're in the 8th. You're back. So you win it, man. Obviously, you're in a great spot with the standings because you have a conference game. But just how good I think both of these teams are going to be, I think it gives you a real edge into this game. And quite frankly, it's something where you want that, right? You want that as a player, as a coach. You want all the stakes. Like, I remember when we were opening with people at Clemson, we would have Georgia, we would have Auburn, we would have whoever. But then when we would have like an App State, no disrespect, or we would have a Troy, no disrespect, because they almost whipped us, it's a little bit different, right? Like the level of intensity. So the fact that you do have this conference game that you have been staring down the barrel all of camp, the level of intensity, the level of attention to detail, it is heightened because, as we know, an ACC season, a conference season, is its own animal, especially when you play the out-of-conference people that you do.
Yeah, and this is unique for NC State. This is only the 3rd time that we've started with a P4/P5 team in the Dave Doeren era, and only the 2nd time ever that we've opened the conference schedule in our opening game, and that was during COVID, and we all know how weird that was, right? It's super important for both of these teams to get off to a fast start. What do you think State has to do in order to establish dominance early in the game? And then, because now this game is not in Brazil, so now you have a home crowd that you have to deal with for NC State. So give me kind of your thoughts on how State gets off to a hot start in this game.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. I mean, this is you mentioned the experience of this Virginia team. Like, they know how to do it. They know what to do. This isn't a bunch of freshmen rolling out there that are playing football for the first time. These are dudes that have been there, done that for a while, and know what to expect and know how to be very businesslike in their approach. I think they also have the best offensive line on paper. Like, in the preseason right now, Virginia's loaded. Everybody's back. And some of the guys that we thought we were going to be starting last year that got hurt, they're back too. So this line is deep. They're old. They're big and strong. And so how are they going to lean on them? And how can NC State slow that down? You have a new quarterback coming in Bo Perbula, who is very athletic, can kill you with his legs. But that O-line is going to pave the way. So I would be fascinated to see if I'm DJ, defensive coordinator, I'm forcing Virginia to throw the ball. Like, show me, Bo, that you can beat me with your arm. That would be my mentality kind of coming in. And then offensively, like I said, like, can we pick up rushing yards on first down so we have short to medium on 2nd and 3rd down so we can get CJ going. We can take some shots, get him comfortable, and again, let him run. I think that first hit as a runner for a quarterback is so important. So when does that come? Is it the first drive? Is it the first play? Is it whenever, sometime in the first quarter? I want to see him get going in a hurry with his legs.
Real quick, Wolfpack Nation, Layton Smith and Greg DeLeg here. And real quick, we want to talk to you about our amazing sponsor, Oconee Gold BBQ Sauces and Rubs. If you haven't checked out their amazing products yet, first of all, they got amazing sauces, amazing rubs for all meats, whether you're grilling, frying. If you want to take your cooking level up and your grilling level up a notch, you got to make sure to leverage our amazing sponsor, Oconee Gold BBQ sauces and rubs. Greg, I know you're an elite cook and elite tailgater, to say the least here. If you had to pick one product, Greg, that you wanted to highlight, what would you go to?
Man, they're all so good. I could go on and on, but I won't. I love the spicy. I love the jalapeno. I am going on. This is not what I wanted to do. Look, if I'm going to pick one, it's always going to be wingy every day. That's a great sauce for your chicken wings. It works on other things too, but if you're smoking or grilling wings, you got to get you some wingy sauce.
So make sure to go Wolfpack Nation. Go to www.oconeegoldbbqsauce.com. Use code TUFFYTALK to get 15% off your entire order. That's sauces, that's rubs, that's merchandise too as well. Whether it's a hoodie, a hat, you name it. Make sure to go check out our amazing sponsor, Oconee Gold BBQ Sauces today. I kind of want to talk a little bit too about last year's game, which again, I think from a hindsight 2020 approach was a huge win for Doeren, looking at that win over UVA last year. But in today's day and age, like you mentioned with the transfer portal era and how just there's so many teams that have so many new pieces to where any preseason talks is just, let's just be clear on it. It's just dust and mirrors. Who knows? Who knows how things are actually going to come together? But do you feel like it all? I mean, I look at Chandler Morris, look at Bo Perbula. I gotta practice saying the name a little bit more. I see a lot of similarities between the two, where both are primarily more of a thrower, but definitely can hurt you with the run game too as well. Do you see Coach Doeren using last year's footage at all to prepare for this game a good bit, or do you kind of use it as I'll look at it a little bit, but really it's so much different? Like how much do you feel like last year's game really affects this year's game?
Well, schematically, it's going to look the same. I mean, that's Virginia is going to do what they do. So I like your assessment there that they are very similar. I would think that Chandler's probably the better passer and Bo's the better runner, just in holistically what they do. So I think you take it with a grain of salt, but understand that that's what they're doing. Virginia is going to be who they are and what Coach Elliott brings to the table here. So I think you certainly can look at that tape and get a good grasp. Now, again, like you said, with the portal, the personnel is light years different. There's not a wide receiver or running back or quarterback that you're going to see on that tape that will be playing in this game on Saturday. So if you want to get a grasp on who those guys are, you're going to have to look around the country and look at their tape from different schools.
So speaking from last year, right? Just hold on to that moment for a second. Cam Robinson didn't play in that game. He was coming back from a broken collarbone and then ended up tearing his ACL in November. He may or may not play. It sounds like he probably will, at least. I think it sounds like he's been practicing again. I don't know to what level, but if he is available and healthy, so let's assume that he is, that's a big game changer for the Virginia defense, especially with CJ last year having one of his better games running the ball. And so what does Cam Robinson change? How does Cam Robinson change what NC State does, or does that change at all?
Well, I don't think it changes what you do, but it does change who, obviously you're doing against. Like he's a great player. You need to know where 5 is, whether that's pressures, whether that's in coverage. Like he is a very good linebacker, sideline to sideline guy, explosive as it gets. And, quite frankly, I mean, I hope he plays. We need everybody out there, right? For, our conference, for the ACC to look as good as it can. And a star player like that needs, to be on the field. But he is an electric player. So I don't think it alters your game plan. It's not like, we're not going to run this way. You'll still go at him. You just need to be aware of where he is when you're targeting him. Running backs and pass protection, your offensive line, are you going to slide a certain way because of where he is? He's certainly a type of caliber player. It's kind of where's Waldo? Every time you get down to take a snap, I'm finding 5 every time.
Yeah. Now, I did want to ask you though, Eric, being that former offensive lineman faced, a lot of defensive linemen, two of the biggest questions I think the NC State fans have about this team in this upcoming season is, first of all, just the kind of open questions that there stands around the offensive line, more on the depth side, but also too on the defensive line side. Obviously, the big news with KaTron Evans being eligible for the Virginia game. You have Isaiah Shirley coming back at Adire too as well, but there's a lot of concerns about, behind that, what does NC State really have here? Can you kind of give me from again that outside perspective, the thoughts on both sides of the NC State line? Because in my opinion, a lot of this season really comes down to how well can the offensive line protect CJ and open up options for Duke? And then how much can the defensive line put pressure on opposing quarterbacks this season?
Yeah, well, you look at the offensive line, and again, when you have a player as talented as CJ, he's an eraser, right? So he is going to cover up, some faults. He's going to cover up some MAs with just his ability to escape, his presence in the pocket. Like, he does such a good job since he was a freshman of feeling pressure and keeping his eyes up. Like, he's going to move, he's going to evade, but he's not looking down to see where that pressure is coming from. He just feels he has it. That's a very good trait for a quarterback. So I think he's going to help you there a ton. And same thing with Duke. Like, I played with running backs where I didn't have to be a mauler every time and blow this guy 3 yards off the ball. I just needed to cover him up.
But you enjoyed
Can we
it,
just
though.
get a hat on a hat? We might still have, but can you just cover a guy up and you get a hat on a hat so there's no color showing and let that guy be as special as he is. So I hear you with the depth. I think Coach Tujay is as good as it gets. I think he is going to have these guys ready, but this might be a type of year that the backfield makes us better up front, right? And most people deal with that. There's, you would love to have an elite offensive line that makes everybody else better, but that's hard to come by and it's hard to keep. So I think that might be where we are offensively. On the defensive side, it's kind of funny. It's kind of the same thing. Like, historically, I know there's been greats, like best of all time type players on this NC State defensive line, but in this type of defense, I just need you taking up space. I just need you, having that offensive line, not allowing them to get to the second level and letting our, back seven work. Let them do their thing. And so, would you like to get pressure? Would you like to cause chaos? For sure. But I think the way that it's historically built with Doeren, you don't have to have those game breakers up front. You just need them to hold on a little bit. Don't let those guys get to the next level.
We talk about position matchups a lot when we're talking about football, right? What I want to take it off the field for this one. What coordinator intrigues you the most? Like, which coordinator battle intrigues you the most?
Well, I think it's, again, because of everything that DJ faced last year. Like, it's just, and I haven't spoken to him about this, so I don't know his words, but like, being able to just coach, for football allows us as fans, as players, as coaches, whoever's around the game, for a 3.5, 4 hour span, for you to be away from everything and just be a gladiator in that arena. And how much can he fully just do that and go and be the best that he can fully be to honor everything in his life? And so just seeing him get back, I think, and really, to me, this is almost like his first year all over again. Like, I'm kind of, not that I'm discrediting what they were able to accomplish on the field, but I'm kind of looking at this as his first real go around, and just how does he able to do that? So I think that versus the UVA offense is certainly the biggest thing that I'm watching.
And just curious, I'll be curious on your vote for this, Eric, is too as well. But one question that our buddy Ethan loves to ask Greg and I a ton is, who's your prediction for leading NC State in receiving yards this year? Who's going to be the wide receiver one for NC State this year? And obviously, we talk about probably the go-to favorite, which is JoJo Trader, even Victor Snow too as well, fifth-year senior. But Ethan and I talk a lot about Keenan Jackson and the rapport that he has being at NC State now for, what, 2 years now? So if you had to vote, Eric, in terms of who you expect to be the wide receiver one for NC State this year, who would you cast your vote for?
What's fascinating to me is CJ has been asked this a lot by us, on TV, radio. I'm sure, different people that cover this team. And he is adamant every time that he's got a deep room, that he has a room. When you say, who's your go-to guy? He says, I got 5 guys. I don't just have one. Like, and that to me is important and exciting to see. Just his mentality. He's going to spread it around. He's not forcing the ball to someone. He's truly going to go through the offense, 1, 2, 3, check down, and find the right guy. Like, that's important. But I do have to think that a guy like JoJo understands, like, this is it. This is kind of your last. You want to go to the NFL? Do it right now. Like, you have to make this happen. You're probably not going to find a better quarterback, and I assume he might be leaving after this year. So it's go time. Like, let's make this happen and let's make this a thing. And let's go to the NFL draft together. So that to me is important. I think obviously their friendship and, they've been together since what? They were in 8 years
Pop
old,
Warner,
5
yeah.
years old, and Pop Warner. I mean, it's crazy. So, that rapport, I hope, shows up on the field. And again, physically, what JoJo has done for his body, he looks fantastic, looks great. And that's what happens sometimes, right? Like guys need a reset. Guys need to be checked, and they've got to go somewhere else. And the great part is we have that opportunity. And so I think that JoJo has a chance. I've heard a lot about Vic, and I know he's little, but he's mighty, and that dude is a freak. So I'm really just super excited, just to see what does this offense look like? Who are we going to? Who's going to be the key guy that the coaches are kind of calling plays for on those critical third downs and others?
So if you're drawing up the game plan for NC State, give me your number one priority both on offense and defense. What do we got to do to be successful?
Yeah, you've got to run the ball, and I know I've said that, but it is a priority for me. And getting CJ involved in that, getting Duke Scott involved with that early and often, and leaning on my boys up front. Like, we got to go. I have to be able to lean on you guys. This is a big caliber game. We are on the road. What travels? Rushing the football and stopping the run. That elite teams, that's what they are able to do. So that's what I want to see offensively, just to get going. I think that will tell me if we've taken the necessary steps as a program at NC State, if we can run the ball effectively. On the defensive side, just again, I'm not being rude, but just competency, not being in the wrong spot, not being tricked. There's going to be some motions. There's going to be some silly things that happen just to try to catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Are you in the right spot? Are you not getting burned? Do we not have wide receivers hauling wide open downfield, catching touchdown passes, or safeties or linebackers going in the A gap where they need to be in the B gap, and here's a big long run? So that to me is, especially in the first week, in week 0, really important that I need to see from these guys.
Love it. So Eric, first of all, do you have a score prediction at all for this game?
Score prediction. Let me look up the spread real quick. They always
6.
know, don't they? Somehow.
Yeah,
6?
UVA's favored by 6 right now.
Yeah, it went back up. It went up a little bit yesterday.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably a little too big. I think this is a field goal type game. First game, new QB.
At home now. So
y'all don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me.
Nope.
I think this offensive line is really good from UVA. I could see like a 24-21 home win for the Cavs. But if CJ's feeling it, I could also see a blowout. Like, I think it's either a close Virginia win or the Wolfpack run away with it. Like, that's kind of where. But there's more question marks for me for that to happen. I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised.
You got time for 2 more questions?
Yeah, hit me. Let's go.
All right. First one, and this is going to hit home for you because I want your perspective. Oh, no. I'm sitting in the stands watching the game on Saturday, right? And I know ball a little bit.
Yeah,
as an offensive lineman, what's the thing that fans miss the most when watching offensive line play? Like, what's the thing that fans should key on a little bit?
In this first game, cramping. You better be hydrated, especially if we're running a lot. I think what's fun in the first couple games that it's maybe hard to look at just because we see 5 guys, just like, it's 5 guys. Does either team rotate? Like, how is there a rotation? Do you see in the third drive, a couple other guys moving in and coming around? Are we testing still, just to see who our best 5 is? Or even on the opposite end, have 6 or 7 guys earn the right to play and they get to go in there. It's the only position group and it's the only 5 spots that we expect at quarterback too, the same guy to be in the whole game, right? Like, those are the 6 guys we always expected to see. And it's kind of weird, right? If you got 7, play the other 2 guys too, get them in there. So that's something that, is always fun for me to watch, especially early as we maybe are still figuring out who our best 5 are.
Got you. And I know you picked Virginia, but when State wins and you're
try to have a cop out. I tried to lean. Do y'all?
It's all good. It's all good. We love you, buddy. We love you.
Thank you.
When State wins on Saturday and you're walking out of Scott Stadium off the set of the huddle, what's the thing that makes you think that NC State is a legitimate ACC contender?
I think CJ Bailey, and I'll even say college football playoff contender. I mean, I think he is that good of a guy, that good of a quarterback, and that much of a difference maker, right? Like, he can do a lot of good things, and he has done that throughout his career. But it is time, take that next step. You need to be showing the whole country, not just us on ACC Network, not just us in Raleigh, how good you are. Everybody needs to see it. And quite frankly, you'll have that opportunity here on ESPN. Everybody's going to be watching. 1 million plus people will be watching this game. You've got to go. And I think that's not pressure. That's a privilege to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's good for rev share. We need the money.
That's right.
All right, Emac, you're going to be in Charlottesville on Saturday with the Huddle crew.
That's right.
Coverage time starts at what time on Saturday?
10 o'clock. We're live 10, go straight into the noon hour. Come out. If you're a Wolfpack fan, we'll be on O Hill. Super easy to get to. Bring signs. We'll be giving away some stuff. And we want to hear you. We want to hear you loud and proud. This show took off last year with people being present, signs, interaction. We'll get you on TV. We'll have some fun.
Let's go. Hey, man, we are so grateful that you stopped by for some of your time. We look forward to your coverage all year long with the ACC Network. Hey, by the way, shout out on your commercials for Eagle. It's Eagles, right? Is that how you say it?
Eagles. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, your commercials this summer, I had a blast. Like the grocery cart one with the green screen behind it, dude, all-time banger. But
when you have a 2-day-year-old, you got to do a podcast when you can. I'm in Ingles right now. Actually, this is all fake.
By the way, congrats on the new addition, the new Tiger to the.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know.
I will say Dave Doeren was his first offer though. Dave offered him before he was even out. So
let's go.
Loyalty matters in our household, man. We'll see.
and money, but anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Mac, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you, guys.